If you haven't been living under a rock, you know that the AI hype and AI boom has been massive with super agents and your own self-hosted N8N service and everything. And in today's video, I'm going to actually show you how you create useful and good AI agents without being technical inside of the platform called ClickUp. I think ClickUp has been one of the fastest platforms when it comes to building AI agents, generally speaking. Monday.com just released something similar, but haven't even released the agents yet. So if you have used ClickUp before, the only thing you have to do now is just navigate to the super agent platforms. I'm going to actually give you a walkthrough on how to create proper AI agents that actually are useful, okay? So we press on create new super agent. And luckily enough, I am a consultant, so I have actually managed to get unlimited access to ClickUp. So with their super agents, so I can just use as much as I want. But of course, depending on which plan you have, you'll have different amount of context. So in today's video, I'm going to be very heavily focusing on how to actually create a super agent. So generally speaking, it's very important to remember on what level you create the agent on. So there are, of course, different levels on the ClickUp. Sometimes you want to click create agents specifically within folders, within spaces, within even lists, right? Workspace, which is called space, is basically if you go to the homepage, this is a space. I can't tab it because it opens the agents. Either way here, we start from scratch, right? We don't press anything, right? And we create these super agents. So there are a couple of things. You can add instructions. You can add the different triggers. So like mentioning, direct message, scheduled, right? So imagine this AI super agent as your employee, right? You can chat with it at any times. You can mention it just like within a Slack thread, or make it run automated based on different criteria, even when scheduled. So like 8 a.m. every single day before you wake up for work, right? Tools, you can basically add different tools. So you can add your Google Calendars, your Gmails, your Slack. I'm going to have this quite simple, but to add tools, you just press on the tool you want, and then it does everything for you. Of course, knowledge and memory is just having like different knowledge bases, right? Depending on access, right? So I'm just going to give it like full access, just for the case here. So I'm going to tell the AI I want one thing, okay? So imagine like creating your dream employee. That's the use case here, okay? So I want to create a super agent, okay, that does the following. First step, it only looks within the, I think it's called FlowClick YouTube. Okay, right. I'm just going to copy this name so I don't forget it. We go back to the agents, create super agent. There we go. Basically go back and just go to AI. I can see if I can manage to get the old one back. So I only want this to work in one workspace here. I want to create a super agent that does the following. Number one, only has access to it workspace. Nothing else. The reason I'm writing this is because I don't want it to like go through my personal stuff and so on. Don't click up, just like only the templates. So once it has accessed specifically that space, I want it to check the project management folder and all lists under it. Two, once all activity has been gathered within the last 24 hours, I want it to summarize all points. 3, I can also do it like this. We can go back. All right. I did turn that off. Okay, either way here. If you go back 3, I thought I had my text to speech on, or speech to text. I didn't. Okay, 3. I want it to check on all tasks and subtasks with due dates past. Once gathered the information about the tasks and subtasks with the due dates that has been passed, I want to remind you, I want you to message all assigned people to the task or subtask to make sure we are all up to date. Do this. Repeat this every single day at 8 a.m. So you can do 2 things here. You can send this, and let's just try and see what happens here. You send this, it starts editing the agent. Of course, just shoot a DM to me. Actually, just put it as a comment. Good to know, right? So I have no technical background. I know nothing, right? So the thing we do here now is we basically got everything it needs somewhere in the DM. Okay, so we have everything we need here. I can write all the instructions, right? So there are 2 ways of doing this. I can either go through here and activate Super Agent and like add the different tasks, like all the triggers and so on. Or I go back, I discard changes, I then go back to our main workspace, go back to FlowClick YouTube. I then go to Super Agent, create Super Agent, new Super Agent. And then you can see like it gives me ideas. And here I can also get done everything automatically for me, right? So there are 2 ways of doing it basically. You can see, actually, I want to do this. Actually, I want to create this agent. Right, copy paste. And you can see on the right panel, it starts creating the agent. This will evolve. The bar will keep going up until done. And this will basically create me a human once it's done. Being like just basically like this superhuman, right? So you can see, if you're curious to know, you can like see through here and like read through different prompts and so on and like what to do. I want to show it live with some actual useful activity. So there's a ton of hype, like, hey, can you do this? Can you do everything for me? This is everything you need to know to create a super agent within the system. So it's still currently loading. You can see the human is starting to get created here. And of course, it's like, hey, assign your DNA, using some faceted keywords and so on. But actually, it's just creating me an agent. It's basically like an automation inside of ClickUp that does everything for you without having to know the things about ClickUp specifically, right? So it creates everything for me and hopefully give me a data report once done. It's very close to being completed here. And now it will tell me the super agent has been completed, right? Got this nice icon. We can run agent. You can see this view was the exact same view we had just a minute ago, right? But it did everything for me, right? So it put the schedule for me, it put the tools, it maybe added some memory knowledge if needed, right? And that's how it works, right? So you can either do it manually yourself or just have the daily PM summary nudge agent of it for super agent or like super employee, something like super fancy, super employee number 1 or something for fun, right? Has this cool icon. So you can still customize this if you want, okay? Instead of going back, okay, change the context, you have to do this, maybe like change this. We can just change the schedule if you want to something else, right? Same thing. Now, you'll have this super employee in your direct messages. So you can always chat with it. You can always ask questions. You can always go back and forth with the super employee here, right? So you can always adjust it. You can always change it. It's basically like a conversation. So in a previous video, I created this like client update watcher, just to have like a quick overview on how AI super agents work. Now we go in more detail, and hopefully you can understand like, okay, I go through the top bar, I do everything for me, but let's actually run this now. So I just asked it to run. I waited some time, and then it did everything for me. You can see, hey, tagged me because I was assigned. This task is overdue. Could you either update the status or adjust the due date, right? And obviously you can change the message if you think it's formal or whatever. But that's it, right? It goes through my tasks. It see what has been overdue, and it just gives me like notifications specifically for me because I was assigned, right? So does everything for me. You can see highlights, puts everything for me on what's due, pattern, all current overdue items are. So you don't have to check up with the team. You don't have to ask it questions. You can just go in once per day and it does everything for you here. And that's how it works, right? So you just go in, you just ask it to do, let's say, once per day, and it does everything for you. And all this is done with the AI page in here with my new super employee number one. And of course, you can ask it for here. You have more context, you can connect different tools and so on. But that's how you create useful tools. And I hope this is like giving you some thought in your head on what you can do for the team. You can make it however deep or custom you want, but that's the core structure it actually works like. And in my last video, I just went over a quick update, but this is actually how you create your own AI employees, giving you summaries, updating status. Like, it can update statuses, it can assign people, like assign comments. It can do everything you want automatically for you with just a prompt. And there are already like finished project managers. You can see like stand-up manager, priorities manager, status reporters. They already pre-built super agents which you can use, or just build your custom one. And this is like a chat function. So you can just like chat along like, hey, can I do this? Hey, are we, or like, how is my team performing? Or like, you can just keep asking it questions like just like a normal chat interface. So like you're chatting with a real human, like a real assistant that can help doing the work for you, just like manually going through and just helping out through the space. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Hope it gave you some ideas on how to actually create your own AI agent from the ground up and kind of understand the core hierarchy behind everything. So yeah, wishing you all the best. A short one, but I think it's enough for you to get started. Play around with your own ClickUp system. You can like slowly start understanding how it works, and you can just ask AI for help. Like, hey, how do I know if like you can connect my Slack or email for me? You just ask it, and it will tell you, right, and help you. Super advanced. I think it's great. I think it's super easy to use as well. And I have to say props for ClickUp for implementing something like this so early up in the game, because it's truly actually a game changer in my opinion. Can do a bunch of work for you. Either way, yeah, thank you for watching. Wishing you all the best. And if you ever need help with automation or with ClickUp, you know you have a link down below to book a discovery call with me, and I'm happy to give you a guided walkthrough and my tips on how you can improve. Thank you. Wish you all the best and good luck on the AI journey.